Lost Media.
Welcome to a once-in-a-lifetime experience like never before.
Presented by Lost Media.
A show filled with laughter, knowledge, and also transparency. It's a journey of diving into the unknown
And turning it into the known.
turning the uncomfortable into comfortable. I'm your host, Mr. Wowser, and welcome.
Let the beat rock.
To the Dodi Connection.
Welcome to TDOC. I am your host, Mr. Wowser. We're back with another great episode. I do have a new guest host on the show. She's a visionary and incredible, great artist. It's a lot I could say about her, but Mercury X Uni. Welcome to the show.
What's good?
How was the
Thank you for
ride?
having me.
You had a good ride,
Mercury X Uni, all platforms.
Hello. Go ahead and plug up.
Rockstar.
So, powered by Lost Media and Cannabis, we're doing the TDOC Spotlight on the greatest cannabis retailer in California, March and Ash. These individuals I'm interviewing have dedicated so much time and contributed so much creativity to help March and Ash what it is today. Now, the guests I'm interviewing, you'll know after this.
Wowzer. I'm on go. Yeah, it's about that. I'm with special guests and we. You know, right after that is by.
Oh, God.
Hey, you know that it's about that.
It's time for our special guest.
Welcome. So, my guest that I'm interviewing is Anthony Astolfi, who is the president of Blue Yellow, and Charlotte Daciolas, who is the operation and compliance coordinator of March and Ash. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Very talk showy, yeah. Hey, I like the format, though. I always kind of wanted to do this. So let's go ahead and get to the meat of this. Anthony Astolfi, my guy.
What up?
How was life growing up for you in San Diego, California?
Very blessed to be born in San Diego and to be from San Diego. I spent my formative years in the East County, El Cajon.
Nice.
That's how I end up knowing a lot of these, getting involved with this group. A lot of the founders of March and Ash, my business partners too, are all kind of connected, and they're all East County.
Hey, El Cajon is a trip. I love El Cajon. Yeah.
So I have questions for Charlotte. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So how was life growing up in Oceanside, California?
My upbringing in Oceanside, I guess would say, is a fairly conventional suburban life. It wasn't too much to do for like a young person in Oceanside. I feel like it's kind of like a small town with a 6-figure population. But as a kid, my parents worked late, and so I spent a lot of time just at people's houses with other kids. Like there was like 3 to 8 of us all the time, just different like parents basically watching us after school, and then like as like a young adult, kind of just hanging out with friends. There's not too much to do in Oceanside. It was a lot of just togetherness, playing like video games, going to the mall, hanging out in backyards and stuff like that. It's pretty low key.
Video game. What video games did you play?
To date myself a little bit, it was like Halo 2, Gears of War.
Xbox Day.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a great era,
I'm more
wasn't
of a
it?
Nintendo guy myself.
Oh, Super Smash?
Nah, Zelda.
Smash Bros.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Zelda series go crazy.
Gotta geek out a little.
Yeah. No, I'm recently playing Oblivion right now, the Elder Scrolls, and I'm
I heard
loving
that
it.
one's good.
It's really good. The remastered.
Okay.
Yeah, I played it on Xbox 360 a long time ago. But nobody will know my age ever. Nobody will know my age. Don't date me. So, Anthony, do you remember the first moment that piqued your interest in marketing overall?
I feel like growing up, I was always very aware of the ads that were being served to me.
Oh, wow.
And like, I would notice that like reverse engineering, that people must be talking to me and they're saying this to me for some reason. But I really got into marketing out of a necessity. Grew up and was interested in programming and computer hardware.
Oh, nice.
And I started with the problem of like, I would make something and then it would look not great. So in order to make it look better, I would taught myself some graphic design to kind of make the app look a little bit better. So then now I would have like an app that looked good, but no one will go to it. And so you got to try and kind of get people to go to it. So you got to start thinking about, to date myself, probably placing some of the first ever ads placed like on Facebook even.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Like, really utilizing those platforms like way back when they started. They were super cool back in those days. Like you could change the name of your page if you made an ad.
Yeah.
So you could have a page that was like fuck the police.
Yeah.
And, you could be running an ad that says support the police, click like. And people would just be confused.
Oh my god.
Nah, because MySpace, you could code your page too back then.
Yeah.
You could actually code things on Twitter back then to make a message. You remember that?
Yeah, you could write the
Yeah.
CSS on MySpace and you could put some HTML and stuff in there.
Yeah, dang. It showed your intellect is out of this world, bro.
I mean, back then, it was pretty fun for everyone with the crazy backgrounds. And
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It was the Wild West.
It was the Wild West.
Okay, so Charlotte, could you walk us through the public perception of cannabis at that time of your youth?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Oceanside is kind of conservative, being like a big military town. And so, like, the perception was if you smoked weed that you were like a kind of stoner wasteoid, kind of like hiding from your problems, not taking
rebel.
responsibility.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or just like, just kind of like a lump on a log. They kind of treated it. But it was also at the same time, like, there's all those jokes about like glaucoma medicine and everything, people who I guess like could get, I guess there were people who you would not expect to smoke weed and it was like kind of fine for them to do it. But then there was people who you might like expect to do it and then they would look down on them. But at the same time, we would all know that our parents were like, young in the 60s and 70s. And so they were definitely partying with
They're like
weed.
hippies.
Yeah. Or they're, there's like listen to Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, that
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
And like,
Rockstar, definitely.
yeah, like partying in the basement. And so it's like, they're telling us it's bad and it's like going to, corrupt your mind. But it's also this thing that's like, it was part of their youth. It's kind of everywhere. And so it was, a little bit of like a contradiction, I guess, or paradox.
Big time. I said on the last episode with Brinley and JQ, I was like, see, it's one thing, look, you can tell me not to smoke and wait until I get older. I would rather hear that than to tell me that it's completely bad. You're going to waste away your life. Because you did that with alcohol.
Yeah, you're gonna want to try.
The DARE program.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like that was so flawed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was so flawed. They talked very bad about cannabis back then. The DARE
Look at it
program.
now.
I know. They don't even do those assemblies no more.
Hey.
What they cut the budget up. So, Astolfi, would you agree that entertainment and cannabis have a great chemistry of duality together?
Oh, I mean, they're tied together. You have an industry that was forced underground, basically always, and so speaking to advertising, like you can't go put up a billboard for something that is illegal. You could throw some shoes up on a cross line, but other than that, like it's the culture that we get our message out. It's the culture that we know the word Sansamia. It's the culture and the music and the art that are so tied to it. When you look at when I go look at some of the early stuff like that Cannacraft was doing, it's very, very tied to like hiring artists. And underground like street artists and getting them to produce a piece of art. That's kind of where they started. So yeah, I think you really can't have one with the other. And that's one of the positive consequences of having something forced underground is that like we definitely made and are part of a culture that is very unique. And it grows people together across the entire world. Like we all have a lot in common, us in the cannabis culture, irregardless of where we were born.
Exactly.
And the current place and time that our governments are in accepting what we do.
Message. See what I'm talking about? Message.
Okay, so Charlotte, I have another question.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first moment that piqued your interest in cannabis?
I probably don't remember like the first moment that piqued my interest, but like going back to like the DARE programs, like, just presenting the world of drugs to us in this like often literally cartoon way was like, and then in the context of hearing about, drugs from just people in your life, older folks, there's all this like mismatch. And so as a kid, you're like, what's the truth? You know, like what's really going on? And as a kid, I was like really afraid of like, you know, breaking the rules and stuff. And so like I didn't end up smoking weed until I was like 18. But all through high school, there was like, you know, like so-called bad kids who would go to like parties and stuff like that. And they would have these experiences and they were great and they were like really positive for them. And so it was always kind of like a specter sort of in the background. And it actually was at like 5 a.m. after staying up all night talking to a friend about just like stuff and everything. He was like one of those so-called bad kids, and he was just like, did you want to try some weed? And the rest is history.
What made you want to try it though?
Right.
What made you want to try it?
It just because it was an experience that everyone would say was like bad or negative or like I said, would like corrupt your mind or something. But it was like, not everyone who did it
was corrupt, huh?
Well, they corrupt, but they were chill. They were happy. They were like, you know, it was fine. It didn't like change them fundamentally. And so as a kid, you're like, I feel like I might be being sold a story here.
See what I'm saying? Back to what you were saying, because when you just say, oh, something's bad, it's not good for you, that makes the person want to go try it and see for themselves.
Exactly.
So you can't just...
Yeah.
You gotta be real about it.
You gotta be real about it. Like,
right.
Because look, it's like drinking. We drink, right? And they told us to wait till we was grown. Now, did we? Maybe not.
Maybe
but
not,
sure.
For real.
But it was always a fear with weed, a big one, versus alcohol. I should be more scared about the effects of alcohol than weed. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. And you see your parents like have a glass of wine or a glass of scotch or something, and it's like so normal for you, but you never see them smoke weed.
Right.
You only see like these like seedy stoners smoking weed, and it's like it's like an advertising problem, I guess, at that point.
No, she's right. She's right. I put it like this: when I see my mom drink, she act different, and that's when I'm like, okay, my cousins smoke weed and they act exactly the same when they're high. Like, it's a big difference here.
Right.
So, Astolfi, Blue Yellow. What inspired your decision to create Blue Yellow?
Honestly, my business partner, Chad Peace, is brothers with Brett Peace, who's one of the like founders of March and Ash. And my core business, doing marketing and technology, is in politics. And those guys, when they were forming the company back then, it was Valley Greens retail outlet.
Right.
I'm going to call it Valley Greens. They came to us and they said, hey, we really were looking to start a cannabis company. You guys work in politics. You're used to placing ads in a regulated environment. We really want to have a strong education message. We want to be above board with how and where we're communicating. And we think it's a good fit that someone who's worked in like quasi-governmental and politics might pick up and help us with the cannabis side. So from there, we created Blue Yellow a little bit out of necessity because we didn't want to commingle some of the cannabis work, especially like 6-7 years ago. It was even, that's what's positive, is like 6-7 years ago is wildly different than today even. So you can really tell that things are trending in a better direction if your perspective is that cannabis is a good thing. And so Blue Yellow was sort of created out of necessity to help service that company and others. March and Ash. So we helped create the brand and set up a lot of like the systems to where they would work.
Your website.
Spun up the e-commerce application, sort of helped identify point of sale systems, things like that, like technology, sort of branding focused things that where we could help. And we were lucky, like John and Blake had such a strong background in real estate, and John like knows the industry so well. And then you have Brett, who's just a legal kind of a genius.
So literally.
And so like everyone really had a lane that was not, it wasn't like a Venn diagram. Everybody kind of really had lanes, luckily, that were maybe not by luck, but that were different and people could help in different ways. And so I was just lucky to, like in anything, things are just part luck. Like even if you work hard and try, like you need a little luck. Like luckily I know somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Went to school with somebody. You know, so
he's not lying.
Life
people.
is a lot of part of that. You know, and then making sure when you get a fucking up to bat that you hit the ball.
Yeah, damn, that was well said. And huge shout out to Chad, Brad, John, and Blake, my guys. X, Mike, yeah, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Charlotte, would you agree that the human body and cannabis have a great chemistry of duality together? Or
Oh yeah,
tell me about
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, and I especially like the phrasing of duality because it's like both something and it's not. Like it's from outside of you, but it also works with and enhances like the natural cannabinoids that are already inside of you.
The receptors, right?
Exactly. And then it's both a drug, but it's medicine. It's both something that can like relax you or even knock you out, but it's also something that can like inspire you and energize you. And a lot of it has to do with like what you bring to the table. Like the cannabis is going to bring its literal self and all the cannabinoids and flavonoids and terpenes inside of it, but then you bring kind of like the mindset and the setting. And it's one of those things where you kind of get out of it what you put into it a little bit, I think.
Dang, that was well explained, dog. Like that really was like. So look, X, we got to pay a bill real quick, right? So, right. So, look, y'all, we got to pay a bill real quick, but we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, Wowser.
Their brand.
Cannacraft's award-winning brand portfolio is the convergence of industry expertise, cutting-edge technology, and the belief that cannabis has the power to transform lives for the better. California's most robust brand portfolio offers hundreds of cannabis products masterfully crafted by leading cannabis researchers and scientists.
Their products.
Formulated in easy-to-use applications in a variety of doses and cannabinoid profiles, Cannacraft's products are highly customizable to meet their customers' unique needs. Designed with diverse segments of cannabis users in mind, Cannacraft's profiles ensures that whatever the cannabis need may be, Cannacraft has a product to address it. Cannacraft's products. Don't believe me? Just listen to what Forbes had to say about Cannacraft.
This cannabis facility in Santa Rosa, California is the coolest tour you'll take all year.
Cannacraft has products you can consume in so many ways. So many ways, so many ways.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Mr. Wowser. X, Anthony, Charlotte. Yes. So, yeah, Charlotte. Marching Ash. Now, what inspired your decision to come to this company?
So in 2021, I was working at CVS and it was a nightmare job. It was in the middle of like lockdown. COVID was running rampant. Customers were insane. It kind of felt like a dead end position because my store management wasn't really like working too well with me. And I was working very hard and one of my efforts kind of like recognized somewhere and I was like, something's got to change. And then meanwhile, I'm like, ordering weed, and the place I was ordering from was discontinued for some reason. The line was dead one day when I called it. And so
it was a raid or something.
Yeah, I hope those guys are doing okay. But I found out about March and Ash, started getting from you guys. And it was actually the driver, Alejandro, one day, because I would meet people. Oops.
Yeah, shout out Alejandro.
Yeah, great guy. And I would meet people outside of the apartment complex because it was like COVID and everything. I didn't want them to come in and try to get sick. And it was like the end of the night, and me and him were just kind of like, shooting the shit a little bit and talking about like our experiences. And he was saying that he came from the restaurant industry that all got kind of like wiped out when COVID started. And he went to March and Ash and started delivering, and they were all really good to him. And so I applied because, I'd always been smoking weed and I'd always been working in the service industry. And so it's like, it kind of makes sense maybe to take an opportunity to combine those two things.
And it worked out great.
I think so.
I will say that I'm here some late nights, and whenever I'm headed down out there, the Charlotte is always the last person in the office.
Factual.
Always the last
No,
person.
that's no cap. Yeah. She's literally the last one in the office all the time. And that's for years, like about 3 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just passed my 4-year mark, actually.
Hey, oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. Okay,
Right
we started
on.
in July, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
So,
I'm sorry.
Anthony, name some of your favorite contributions you made so far within the cannabis industry working with March and Ash and Blue Yellow.
I mean, one of them, rest in peace. I'll say it was the No Tax Tuesday sale that we ran here for a long time. Was something that really helped us out when we needed it. The Tuesdays for us were like a real slow day, and it was like we kept the shop open to exist on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We've been doing polling with the customers, and Stephanie, who works with us and who was handling the marketing with me at the time, noticed in the self-reports on the polling that people, one of the things they hated the most was taxes. They just, everyone check that. I hate the taxes.
Everybody
I hate the taxes. I hate the taxes. I hate the taxes.
I do not like taxes.
And so it was the easy one where like me, John, and Steph were all in the room, and we just looked at each other and was like, no tax Tuesday. And
it worked.
It's cool when that happens, when like minds meld, and then you know it's going to be a good idea. And that ran for a good 4 or 5 years. That sale was really cool. One thing I was really happy about was just the e-commerce side of things. We really and our founding team really valued, and we spent resources on traditional like development, which isn't common for a cannabis company.
Yeah.
Like most cannabis companies lean on existing technology and infrastructure. But because we had built our own and had put that investment in, the technical ways that we had done it were very conducive to being like very good for search and very conducive for us to be able to control the exact steps of the business, that Sean, the delivery manager, could communicate to us exactly what his team needed, and we would do it that way. He didn't have to hear the word no. And so when COVID happened, which is funny, that's where you kind of like were ordering, right? When COVID happened, it was a perfect storm for us because we were the only ones that had made that technology investment. And so we really jumped ahead of the competition on the delivery there and leveraged the delivery to kind of help funnel in-store traffic. And it really helped us grow at that. A lot of things helped us grow. It wasn't just that. So don't please... there's so many good people executing at a high level, but that was one of those like moments that the earth just gives you, and we were in a pretty good position to take advantage of it. So those two things I think were like kind of from the early days, and I'll just throw one more now of like my official, like I have Blue Yellow, but my official capacity for Groundworks, which is the entity that kind of makes CannaCraft and March and Ash vertical, is in marketing and technology. Is like their chief sort of technology person, right, for Groundworks. And that's been super interesting to get to see both sides of the industry and how they work together. It's like a cheat code to be able to take products and put them in front of the best bud tenders in the world. Like arguably, like it's like you could argue that California's the champagne, if you're going to do an alcohol reference, right? Like you can't just grows the best here. We have the biggest and best market, and we got the best weed, and it makes sense that we would have the best bud tenders. And so those are asset to a vertical business. They have opinions about where the industry's going, the flavors that are going to be what's next, our current products, how they taste, price points, like everything. They're a wealth of knowledge. And we have a wealth of different shops at March and Ash. We got some in the desert. We service people right here in Mission Valley, people in Chula Vista, all different archetypes of customers. And so that then is like a petri dish of where we can kind of simulate for CannaCraft, like how different types of markets could potentially be useful for them. And that goes both ways too, right? Like we get that valuable feedback, and then the manufacturing and production team can also sort of let us know what they're seeing. So as being luckily like one of the few people in the middle of all of that, that's been really interesting to help those two kind of companies become one company, communicate as like one company, share infrastructure and technology. And so, really getting to touch every little piece is super cool. And I never thought like, there is no way that I thought that I would be having sold more weed than anyone that I was growing up with buying weed from, and back in my day, like just making up strain names. So very lucky and blessed to be able to see behind the scenes of all that stuff.
Yeah, especially at a corporate level. Yeah, I agree. Charlotte, could you name some of your favorite contributions you made so far working with March and Ash?
Yeah, definitely. I want to say I really do enjoy my current role where I get to support the headquarters staff and the stores in various ways. I love to help, but if I had to pick one thing, I would say I'm very proud of the work that me and Max did with the distribution program.
Shout out to Max.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, and it was very cool because I understood what a critical pinch point like that warehouse was with the product coming in and then going out to the stores on a daily basis. and making sure that everything was, all the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted, make sure everyone was compliant, and make sure everything was in order, communicating to all of the logistics teams that we work with, and making sure everything goes off without a hitch was an exciting thing to come in to do every day. And doing it well meant that like the stores function smoothly, the products got on the shelf as fast as possible. The vendors are happy, the customers are happy. Everyone's having a great day because they're not looking for paperwork. They're not looking for some kind of missing information. And
right, a manifest or something.
And what Charlotte has done would be impressive like in a normal business, but in cannabis, what a lot of people don't know is like, okay, you make a mistake on a supply chain for coals and maybe cotton goes up in the wrong place. Or in cannabis, everything is tracked seed to sale through a system called metric.
Right.
So like the consequences of everything Charlotte's doing are like seen by the government.
Yeah.
Basically
Literally.
public.
Literally.
And to the exact quantity it has to be accurate.
Yeah. Metric is it's not an easy walk in the park.
If the page says 7 units better arrive.
Right. Right. Literally.
But
literally.
I was still very proud of all the work we did there. I thought that was really cool.
Great work. Great job, both of you guys.
So tell me, because we want to know, what's next for Anthony Astolfi?
I think I'm just going to be a consequence of kind of where the industry, and I'm not even talking cannabis right now, just where like the world is going. AI is really been like a disruptive force in like the first kind of year and a half of people dealing with it. We've had some good wins on the cannabis side, and we've had some challenges on the cannabis side, but I have a feeling that a lot of our attention is going to be on converting the knowledge that we all hold inside of our heads, like that institutional knowledge, the cultural knowledge, and trying to digitize it and communicate it to, weirdly, like to computers, and organize it so that we as humans can go focus on the new problems that we're good at, right? Like regurgitation a lot of times is not, even if you're a creative person, right? Like making the new song, like there's that feeling about it and like that new creative energy, and then like cutting 50 songs for someone else is like, it hits different.
Yeah, it does.
Right. And so our goal is just going to be to try to like digitize and get computers to understand those institutional things that we've learned and those steps and processes that we've learned to have success with, so that we can, one, give our customers a more consistent experience. Like if I talk to Charlotte versus if I talk to Anthony, I might get a wildly different answer about a particular thing, but unifying that can give us power, and then empowering ourselves to go solve the new problems, right? Like language models are trained on what's known. So we got to go out into space and, for lack of a better example, we got to go chart new ground. That's what we all like to do. That's what fulfills us. Nobody wants to feel like they're standing and pushing a button all day. Right. So the more that we can be organized and leverage systems, the more that we can take our creative button pushes that become button pushes over time and offload that and chart new ground and create new opportunities for our customers and give them better experiences. So I think that's probably what I'll be spending the next year or two on and trying to figure out and wrangle. That sounds like fun, but it's weird talking to computers.
Yeah.
Makes you feel crazy.
I believe it. You're practically an alien.
But I've been doing it for so long in some ways too. It feels a little natural.
Yeah, exactly. It's a language.
It's just like Googling shit with less steps. It's like people would feel proud, like if I would give them work, if they went and Googled something, went to 3 websites, grabbed 3 pieces of content, put them together and summarized it, and I said good job, they would feel proud. When they do it in one fraction of the time on ChatGPT, they don't feel proud. But I think we have to make that leap, that like you still got to pose the right questions. You still got to push the right feedback.
And that's a great point.
And you're just doing things quicker. Like, that's never bad. Like, did you really like Googling 3 different web pages, looking at ads, pulling together bullet points and slamming them together in a generic summary? Did you feel like you scratched the itch doing that?
Right. Man, I've been hearing you talk about ChatGPT for a while. And it's amazing hearing you say this today.
It's interesting.
It's very, yes. Charlotte, what's next for you?
That is a great question. I feel like I'm kind of at a crossroads in my life right now. This position I'm holding right now is kind of like the furthest I've ever climbed up the corporate ladder, in quotes. And I'm getting exposed to a whole new world that I've never really like considered, all these new issues and considerations. And in my I guess like professional past, not really professional, but my education, I studied linguistics and cognitive science in school.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I'm going to be using those degrees in industry. However, they do color a lot of how I like move through the world and understand things. And recently I have been looking into potentially pursuing some sort of career in law. I don't know exactly what that would entail since I'm kind of at the beginning of the journey, but yeah, like I said, kind of at a crossroad, kind of trying to find my place. I love being here. I want to be part of the success story. And so, yeah, going to find out where I fit in.
Well, no, that's great, especially because of Brett. And you already know how Brett rocks.
Oh, yeah.
So once he gives
amazing.
you little, exactly, he drops little lawyer keys and he spikes your interest into law. How like he tackles it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
it's normal for him. That's what he talks, walks, like lives, is in his skin. So when you see that, and even when you talk to him, like how articulate he is, like it motivates you to want to learn it.
Yeah, it's to that point. It's like you see how it's applied. I'm sure we all look at the news and you see that the world is kind of like not necessarily run by, but like often negotiated by like lawyers or people who work in law.
Right.
And it seems like,
If you got a good lawyer, you can get away with stuff.
oh my God, I'm going to say that.
Can I go off topic for 1 second?
Yeah.
I don't know if it gets covered a lot, but like, and to your point around like growing an opportunity, March and Ash is so much that, like you were in the shops.
Mm-hmm. Started as concierge.
Started a concierge. Max was in the shops, who's our finance person. In our marketing department, who's like making packaging. We got Ronnie, we got two Kaylas. Kayla, one was in Bass, was doing cannabis events. The other girls were in the shops, March and Ashes, working at March and Ashes. Yeah. So it's a really cool like ecosystem where you've got all these people, like, because you talk about the corporate nature of it, and it's weird to walk around HQ of March and Ash and see like the legal department and to see the HR department and to see, but what's cool for someone like me is to know that most of those seats are filled by people that were bud tenders, the people that were receptionists, and they all like were identified and worked hard and found a talent. So you have this quasi-corporate infrastructure, but it's more like a motley crew of like these really dedicated, like young people very often too, because they started in the shops, that are all passionate about cannabis and have found a way to use their like secret talent for good,
That's how I met Anthony. I met him on the floor. I was selling some fresh baked stuff to him. And that's when I found out about the marketing department. I met him and Stephanie that day. He was like, man, you should go upstairs. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't even thinking about none of that.
Wow.
I wasn't at all. Like, I was just happy to be a concierge.
Yeah.
And I definitely showed that every day. So it was Brett. Brett seen something in me that I didn't see.
Yeah.
For sure. Activated a whole new, me outside of this. That nobody really here know me like you do. You know what I'm saying? You know how articulate, you know how sharp I think, you know how fast I think. Like, I would have never got exposed to even understanding that part if it wasn't for Brett. And believing, so like to his point, March and Ash does invest into talent and make sure that the talent does flourish with their ecosystem and everything in between. And you don't really find that with a lot of companies, that kind of personal care for you.
And because it's like that, like at some point, I don't know if it was year 3 or something, but it just started like feeling like it was alive. Like it was no more any one person could go and it would go. Like it became a thing. Like there were too many sums to the whole that make it up. And like you can change part of the mixture, but there is like this thing that is March and Ash now. And it has a culture and it has an ecosystem, and it's super exciting to see like how that develops over the years. And it's exciting to grow that family with Cannacraft and have even more people paying into it. But very unique. Not a lot of just fuck cannabis. There's not a lot of businesses like that, period. that are super homegrown.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, because I waffled a little bit at the end there. I just
Fine.
want to say basically that everything I'm being exposed to basically wants me to learn more. And I think that in my personal life, getting a foundation in something like law would empower me to kind of take on more.
Definitely going to take on more.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys for your contribution, your time here, your effort, your patience. It's very hard to balance your personal life with your business life. So you guys are getting your flowers from me and X today. Thank you for your work and your contributions.
Yeah.
We're going to do the TDOC, yay or nay. You're joining. Let's go.
Yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the game show. TDOC's yay or nay, 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 yay or nay.
Welcome back to the show. TDOC, yay or nay game show. I can't wait to play with you guys.
Right.
So a quick description. This is a this or that type of game. For example, and you do not have to explain why.
Okay.
You can either choose one answer or say both. Hot or cold?
Cold.
I would say hot.
You can only get so naked.
Hot.
And that's how the game is going to go.
All right.
You guys ready? Iced coffee on a snowy day or hot coffee in a heat wave?
Iced coffee on a snowy day.
I'm going to go hot coffee and heat wave.
Okay.
Iced coffee on a snowy day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad haircut or bad dye job?
I'm always getting bad haircuts. I just keep rolling with that.
Going with the dye job.
Dye job.
Pets who can talk or babies who can talk?
That's
Pets who can talk 100%.
I feel like I like my pet because it doesn't talk at me. And my baby, you don't like that part because they have to
They
cry
talk,
because they
yeah.
can't tell you what is wrong.
They
So
can't,
I'm going
yeah.
with the baby.
I would do a baby that talks because they're gonna see something around you that you may not see,
Oh, that's deep.
and they're gonna tell you from their perspective. So, but a dog can do that too. But I do pick the baby.
Right, because they see things too.
Yeah.
Dog would be so annoying if he's talking to you.
He barks a
Itch
lot.
me,
huh?
give me food.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, think of what's on a dog's mind.
I know. Lick. Hey, hi. Get married at Disney World or in Las Vegas? I was going to
Disney
pick
World.
one. Yeah, I was thinking that.
I'm going to go Disney World, yeah.
I was thinking that Vegas has a rep. Well,
Everybody go to Vegas.
yes, married man. If you had the choice to redo your
My
marriage.
wife would love to be at Disneyland.
Nice. Eat pizza with pineapple or cereal with water?
I just
I
already
ate
eat.
cereal with water back then.
What the hell?
Hey, you know, it's rough times, man. It was rough times.
You went from
But I
East
do like
County
pineapple
to
on
a
pizza.
little bit.
little bit. Your version of it.
If it's cinnamon toast, I'll do it with water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that actually tastes good. There's so much sugar in there that the water.
Whoa.
I don't know why this is a question. What the hell's wrong with pineapple on pizza?
I don't know. It's a thing now. Like my kids
nothing else.
completely think it's disgusting.
Really?
Yeah, they do. This new generation is
Yeah, I don't
something
like
else.
it.
I love it.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Like we ate a lot of
I would
pineapple
pay
pizza
money
in school.
for that.
Bruh.
Let's see.
Okay, basketball, baseball, or football. You guys don't have to answer that.
I go with baseball.
Okay.
Football.
I'm WWE.
Left field.
Yeah, I love wrestling. Loud neighbors or nosy neighbors? I'll do loud. I can't deal with nosy.
I go with loud. I can take loud.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
think ignorance is bliss. Be nosy. I don't have to know about it.
Yeah, exactly.
I say loud because we could be loud together. So
That's
shit.
right.
I can do what I need to do.
That's awesome.
Or Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, me too.
All day.
Okay, hold on. Because
I gotta
Lord of the
do-
Rings is good.
Yeah, I gotta do Lord of the
Harry
I
Rings.
was about to
Potter is
say.
OG. Like
Lord of the Rings is too.
My daughter's gonna
Harry
kill
Potter
me.
was first.
Very
Lord
true.
of the Rings. Man.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings is a mimic of Harry Potter.
No, it's not. Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
I love Batman, but Spider-Man is...
It's a tough choice. I gotta go Marvel though, I guess.
Nice.
Wait, is Joker Marvel or DC?
DC.
DC.
Oh,
Batman
DC.
DC.
Hard, right?
Yeah. Swift or Sabrina Carpenter?
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be honest, I don't really listen to either of those people.
I don't either.
My favorite.
I like Espresso though. My kids showed me that song and it's a banger. Attend Coachella or the Met Gala?
Ooh,
That's the one with the dressing up.
Yeah, you get real dressed. It's a real fashion icon.
Everybody at the Met is kind of stuck up in the moment.
In the moment, I get it. I mean, let's be honest. If you was at the Met Gala,
Yeah,
and you know me, I'm gonna let you pop your shit, yeah, because I'm gonna pop my shit a little bit. I'm gonna be humble and stuff, but I got some fly shit on. I'm wearing different shit here. I'm being experimental.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's only at Coachella though.
You can wild out.
Yeah.
You can wild out. It's hot out there
more
though.
fun at Coachella.
Yeah, Met Gala
dress
is
fancy and things. I would just
that's
feel out
right.
of place.
Yeah, you have to be a president back in the day.
Like he handed me the platter to serve the food and shit. They're like, oh, here, guy. Can I have another order?
Met would be fun. I'm never going to be in a context like that, I don't think.
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
It would be interesting too, because I don't know what I would put on.
Like someone would probably make you a dress or whatever.
And that's the thing, because it's very experimental with fashion.
Yeah,
Very experimental.
runway kind of style stuff.
Right. My last one. Horror movies or rom-coms? I'm gonna answer this one. I love me some horror movies. I can go to sleep to those, okay?
Yeah.
Partner, big horror fans.
Yes, you get it.
The Conjuring is coming out. The Last Rite.
Oh,
so, you know, I'm
really?
gonna see that,
Oh, yeah, and they got the same actors, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, the girl and the guy.
ones. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dude. Shout out Zach Bagans.
Yeah, I want to hear your answer real quick before we leave.
Anthony.
Those are my favorite categories of movie.
Nice. You watch rom-coms and horror films.
Both of them aren't my favorite. Yeah, I don't know how to pick those two.
Well, I want to thank you guys again for joining the game show. The game show has ended. Thank you guys again. Yes, I had too much fun. I'm going to take it to my record. It's called Body Language from a new project I got coming out soon. It's called Some Line, produced by Sinus Rhythm. Let's go.
Oh, what did you say? It sounds like you play. I can feel the vibe I'm surveying. Let's make rules and disobey. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. Girl, when I'm around you, I'm in that mood. Hopping, let's go. Pedal to the flow. Whipping in the foreign, got a soul. Gotta try to figure out what it's hitting for. What's the move? Speaking loud through your body. You fluid in body language too, you got me. I seen a look in your eye, I saw it. So it's just I don't wanna keep stalling. What did you saying? It sounds like you playing. I can feel the vibe I'm surveying. Let's make rules and disobey. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. What did you saying? It sounds like you playing. I can feel the vibe I'm surveying. Let's make rules and disobey. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. I seen a look in your eye, I saw it. I seen a look in your eye, I saw it. So anxious, I don't wanna keep stalling. I seen a look in your eye, I saw it. I seen a look in your eye, I saw it. So anxious, I don't wanna keep stalling. Chemistry, frequencies, it's so aligned, that's why we vibe. Girl, we talking in the language of the body, and you know that body language doesn't no, cause if it did, I'd be the first one goes. That's not our case, so babe, let's raise up the skull. I'm pulling up some lifestyle, let's talk. Oh, what did you say? It sounds like you playing. I can feel the vibe I'm surveying. Let's make rules and disobey. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. What's the move? I can hear your body language screaming out to me. I seen a look in your eyes. What's the move? In your eyes. What's the move? I seen a look in your eyes. I seen a look in your eyes. I saw it. So it's just I don't wanna keep stalling. Chemistry, frequencies, frequencies. You know that body language doesn't no, cause if it did, I'd be the first one goes. That's not our case, so babe, let's raise up the skull. I'm pulling up some lifestyle, let's toast. Girl, I'm trying to make sure that you got it all right, all right.
Thanks for listening to the Dodi Connection. Be sure to follow and subscribe whenever you listen to your podcasts. To read the blog associated with this episode, visit olismedia.com. This episode was produced in studios located in San Diego, California. Lena Alvarez is co-producer. Serving as executive producer and co-founder is JC Polk, and Chad Peace is president and co-founder. Olas Media is an IVC media company.
Olas Media.